to Saudi Arabia every day. And most people, like for those people who are going for a second or a third time, there is no problem. But for the newbies, it is so difficult to adjust, especially because of everything. Like you'll find yourself being shocked by the way things are done and the culture. So I'll be telling you some things which I wish somebody told me before I went to work in Saudi Arabia. For my fellow sisters who are used to doing their hair all the time, it's impossible to do your hair when you go to work over there, because there is no time. There is no time. Like there is no time. At what time will you do your hair? At what time will you work? So going to salon is an X. Just if you can do your hair on your own, the better, and you can only do that when they are not in the house. That is, if you do your work well, there is a time they'll start going out of the house and leave you behind. They'll not carry you along all the time, because now they trust you. They can leave you behind and go for vacation. They can even go to the park and leave you in the house. That is when you can do things on you. Like if you like doing facial, you can do your face, you can do your hair, or maybe you sleep late, you forget about sleeping for the night, you sleep so late, and do your hair. But you can't just like during the day work hours, then you go decide sit down and start doing your hair. They'll start calling you, they'll start giving you even work which they are not even supposed to give you. So you have to organize yourself. You panga yourself, okay? Just panga yourself and avoid my issue. Yeah, so another thing, there is no handshake between, if you're a female, you can't handshake a male. And even most of the time, these people don't say hi. They don't handshake like us. They kiss here, or they kiss here. Yeah, that is how they greet each other. And there are places for women and for men and for family if you go to these public places. So this brings us to another point of relationship. You can't have a relationship. It's haram. You can't have a relationship. You only sit together with your husband or your wife or your brother or your sisters. But relationship, just forget about it. Because these people, some of them do arrange marriages, or things are slowly changing and they are starting to adapt. But until the time I left relationship, just forget about relationships and avoid issues. Because if even on social media, you can't, they should not even know you're in Facebook. That is what I came to realize. I don't know about your family, but my family, I discovered you can't be on social media, because these people don't even show their faces. It's haram. You're not supposed to show your face. So for us, you put your pictures, but you don't have any bad motives. You just put your pictures on Facebook the way you normally put, and it's kind of a gallery for you to, it's like a photo album. For them it's haram. Try and be jovial all the time, please. Just try and be jovial. It will improve even how you'll be treated over there. So try and be jovial all the time. Be jovial no matter what. Try and be jovial. Don't argue. If you're told to do something, don't argue. Just say okay. Okay in Arabic is tayyib. Just tayyib, go do it. Sometimes you're told to do some stuff like you're told to do something the way you're not used to, and I think it's good to do it their way so that they feel that you're obedient. Just do it the way they want. But when you're alone, you can do it how okay? It shows a lot, like they feel you obey them and they like that a lot. All these things about Saudi Arabia is brain game. If you know how to do, like if you understand them and do the things they like and try and add the I don't know if I've said it correctly. Like you read their minds and know this is what they like, this is what they don't like. So you stay away from what they don't like and you do what they like. You'll have a peaceful 2 years, but not peaceful. It's always like this. There has to be issues. That is normal, especially if you go to live with a family which is not yours. It's normal. Even in Kenya, you'll find that you'll have some few issues, but it will be better if you stay on their lane. You'll find that you'll stay away from a lot of problems. It will be good for you. So what was I saying? Don't argue, just say it. Hayeb. Okay, you're told to do something. Okay. My notebook is here, so don't wonder why I'm looking down here. Yeah, my notebook is down here. So no holidays. All holidays which are celebrated over there are related to Islam. So forget about Valentine's and New Year and Christmas and everything. Just forget about it. So no dating, no handshake. To my last point before I forget. There is this thing of going for coffee. They really love going out for coffee. You can find sometimes sorry you can find sometimes you're told, like it's raining and you're told that you're going to have coffee outside. In the rain, my dear, you're going out. I found this thing funny. When it rains, people go outside. For us, when it rains, you stay in the house. For them, when it rains, they go outside. They pray in the rain, and they can even eat rice in the rain. I'm sorry. I just laughed about it. It's not funny. To them, that is how it is. You know, sometimes don't underestimate what you have, because some people don't have it and they really appreciate it. For us, when it's raining, you can even beat your child. Why are you going in the rain? It's raining, you'll become sick. For them, when it's raining, kids go outside, they start playing. They go play outside in the rain. They go drive outside and take photos. Like, it's something so serious when it rains. Yeah. So people love going to the park. Back to my point. You can even go to the park when it's hot. It's hot like a heat. You go out. You go out in the park. Then you eat. You stay there until evening. Then you come home. They like going out because most of these people don't have social life that is not good. People relate, like people go out to the malls and to meet families. That is where people meet. But going out is when maybe they go for vacation, still indoors. But now they love going to the park during the day. But if you are lucky, it's better even to go to the park at night. When you go to the park at night, my friend will come home even tired than even when you're working in the house, because if you have kids in your family, you run the whole night with these kids, and when the kids go out, they're like wild. They become wild. You know, if you put, for example, this and domestic animals, for example a dog, you put it's always in the kennel, then you let it out, like you go take it for a walk. You see the way it jumps. That is how those kids jump. Those kids run. You'll run, my friend. You'll run, and they do crazy stuff. You go to the mall, they start hiding in the clothes. Until I said I don't want to go to the mall, because you go there, you are tired. You carry clothes. You carry things which have been bought. You're running with the kids. The kids start doing crazy stuff. They scream, people look at you. It was, yeah. So I was saying, if you're going to the park at night and there is a small kid in the family, like these toddlers, you'll just keep on swinging them like this. You swing them, you carry them. If they are big ones, like this age of walking, they'll run everywhere. You'll chase them everywhere. you'll make sure they're out of, like, they're not in danger. You take them to play. You have to play with them. It's not easy. It needs a big heart to work in that country, and you need to be somebody who perseveres a lot, and you need to be somebody who sometimes you have to assume some things, because some things will be done to you. At the back of your mind, you'll start asking yourself questions. You'll become gloomy. You feel like losing hope. And my friend, if you go there, just know another thing. Most families, I'm telling you, most families will never let you go. You will not back out of that contract. The contract is like an oath. You go in and you have to finish it no matter what. That is the point where you hear some people like they couldn't finish the contract. The family doesn't want to release them, so they decide to run away. And when they run away and go to the streets, there are other ladies who are in the streets who also did the same. But now they're always in the run. And life out there in that country is not easy, because you'll be exploited, number one, because now you have nobody. You are under nobody's umbrella. In the first place, the agency which brought you, the office is looking for you. You've been reported maybe that you ran away. So if you are found on the wrong side of the law and you are taken to prison, maybe your family will think that maybe you died, and you never died. You are just in prison. You see, so you might find yourself living there like for the rest of your life, and your family is here mourning like, our kid died, our daughter died, our son died. To avoid all that, just try and do your best. Let it be the last option for you to go out of that house, because sometimes you don't have even communication to communicate to the office. The advice I'll give a lady in this kind of a position is to make sure that when you go there, find out when you please take the number of your office, the agent. You know there are agents here, and once you board that aeroplane and go to the other side, the work of this agent is finished. Now you are taken with another one who will be responsible for you on the other side. This is where problems come in if you have an issue and those people are not willing to help you. So try and be on the right lane. Let it be that what I bid ujipate kwa noma. Like, let it be that you find yourself in a problem. How do I put it? I don't know. But you've tried your best to stay out of problems. Let it be that you find yourself in a problem, but you've tried your best. It's just that sometimes you find yourself in some issues which can never be avoided. Okay? So if you find yourself in a situation whereby you don't know even what to do, you can try and call the office, or if you know their location, if you run away from your family, go to the office. It's the best thing you can ever do. But the issue is, if you go to these offices, some people are being beaten there. I know some families even don't have Wi-Fi. You are not given a phone. That's why I'm telling you, you need a phone. You need a phone for communication in case of anything. And before you come from here, make sure that you find someone who is already there, someone who can guide you, like someone who you can talk to. Even you can run away out there and call them and tell them, I have this and this issue, please help me on this. You can run away, go somewhere and find your way to the office, or find your way to the embassy. Maybe you want to finish your contract but you don't know the location of your office. You can go tell them, the embassy can help you find your office. But another thing with your office, these agents over there collaborate with some of their fellow Arabs who work in the offices in the embassy. So you find that you go there, before you reach a place where you can be helped, they block you and they take you back to that family which was mistreating you. So it's normally so hard. Like, try to be on the right lane as much as you can and pray a lot. All these things that happen to people out there, I can only say that if you pray, God listens to you. Because I worked in two houses. The first one was not good. I had an issue, almost forgetting about the contract and leaving everything. But when I decided to, I talked to my family, and according to how things were, if I was in that situation, I could have not even thought of ending my contract. But because I was a newbie, I was a new person in Saudi Arabia, I felt that it was too much, but it was better. That situation was not that bad. I just talked to the boss and I made it like, it's okay, I'll continue with my contract, and I started working hard and I prayed a lot, and I found myself being in good terms with my boss. I finished my contract. They didn't want even to let me go home because they were saying they loved the way I did my job. And the second house I went to, which was for the agents, I went there with a different perspective of how I used to be like in the first house, how things were in the first house. So because I started knowing how to deal with these people, I went there, and the few days, the first few months, it was like we were getting to know each other, then we knew each other, then we clicked, just because I worked hard and I tried to be on the right line. You just go and learn, sit down and find out what do they like, what don't they like. Just play cool, play down. It's good to play down sometimes, and that way you'll survive. It's not easy. Even if somebody tells you, I went to a house which was good, blah blah blah, it's good because you're given food, you're allowed to sleep. Maybe you're told you can go and sleep, back to sleep for maybe 2 hours, then go back to work. But it's never like a bed of roses working in Saudi Arabia. Those people work for so many years. Maybe they are working for people they have worked for before, so they are used to them and the way they do things in the house. So you find you get along with them. You know, these people do this, I don't like this about them. You just brush off those things you don't like and focus on what took you there. And to my fellow sisters who are working out in Saudi Arabia, please, if you get that money, do something which you'll remember. Don't misuse and don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone with money. Money is like a devil. It can make people quarrel. It can make people people get tempted. Then you find yourself regretting, oh, I was mistreated, this thing was never done. It's so painful. And for those who are in Kenya, if you know your family member is working over there, please try and use their money responsibly. Know that it's not easy what people go through out there. Cleaning toilets, you don't know how people work over there. Cleaning toilets, having sleepless nights, people shouting at you, you're being overworked. Nobody understands unless you wear their shoes. And because I've been there, I know how it feels, and it's never easy. So, and never judge anyone. You see anyone going over there, there has to be a reason. All those women who go work in Saudi Arabia, don't say they see people dying and they're still going there. No, don't say like that. I never thought I'd go and do such kind of a job, but it reached a point in life where I forgot about myself. And most women who go out there are normally single women, single parents. You can't sit and watch your kid lacking, and jobs here are hand to mouth, and you need to save. Sometimes you sacrifice. You have to sacrifice and go do something. So these women sacrifice a lot. It's not their fault. You can find like there are women who abandoned their husbands died, their baby mamas. They go out there and look for money, and those stories you hear out there that Kenyans do ABC. I know everyone is not 100%, but most of these stories are made up to cover up. Yeah, these stories are made up. They are made up. Sometimes you can find a very innocent person and they say that they have done something which is so. Please subscribe to my channel, click the notification button.